Hello, Paul here from EMD Automotive at by Sydney. I've got this Porsche 986. I have replaced the radiators because for some reason the radiator started to actually deform. For some reason they just sort of like start to crack on the corner and they start to open up and crack. There's a video I done and I pressure tested the whole system and it started leaking. So here's the new radiators here. So all of these had to come out. I wish I'd done the video earlier on, but I completed the task and then now I'm doing the video. So anyway, I'll show you. So pretty much everything is going to come out. Just don't disconnect the condenser. Just take the condenser screws out here and then just push it off the radiator. But the whole bracket and fan and that bottom bracket, everything is going to come out to get the job done properly. So just make sure you remember there's one on the top here and there's two main, one on the bottom, one on the top. All right, so that's pretty much done here. On the right hand side, left hand side, all done as well. As you can see, if you're wondering what's the little yellow marks there, that means those clamps are all tight, so I don't have to worry about it. So I've got new coolant hoses, top one and bottom one here as well. That one there, that's a brand new one as well. So brand new radiators on the car. If you got a 986 or 996 model and you haven't done the radiators, I would advise you just get it done because they're getting older now and then they're getting to a point now that it's gonna burst and crack while you're driving. Even if it's not leaking and if the radiator has never been done before, get your automotive shop to get it done. Book it in, get it done, just in case you go for a long trip and the whole thing goes bang and you'll be in trouble. All right, the top one as well here must be in as well, and one on top. This one here has got a third radiator as well, this one here. So the coolant pipes is our top one, the two top ones on this radiator hose is split into three-way. So the bottom one normal, but the top one on both sides are three-way split. All right, anyway, so everything's looking good. So now right now I'm doing the actual vacuum bleeding the system. So I evacuate the system by sucking all the air out using a tool I've got here as well. So if you look at it, it's right in the middle between the yellow lines, roughly in the middle, roughly, as you can see. So right now it's holding vacuum. So if you look at all the hoses underneath the car, it's like it's been stuck a suction. See that? If you see that, that means that's great news, because there's no air in the system as well, especially the front one as well. It's very important to see the front one crushed. It's like sucking something and all the air is out and everything is like that. So once we refill it out, the vacuum will pretty much, because we're taking the air out of the system and holding vacuum like that, and when we open the valve, it will suck the air, the coolant in instead of air and fill up the whole system. So if you see the hoses crushed like that, that means that's looking very good because there's no air in the system. So you can see it's holding vacuum. Same as this side here, see that? It's all suction from the rear. That's great news. So what I usually do is I leave the car maybe half an hour. Leave it for half an hour and then come back and check the actual meter, and then we'll go from there. All right, that's another way of doing it. So if there's nothing leaking, that means it's holding vacuum. If something's leaking, it will just drop straight down. If you have a big leak, that will never go up to the top, to the yellow line. We'll just sit on the actual, maybe the 0.02, 0.2 mark or the 0 mark. All right, so right now I'm really happy. There's no leak from the system. So I'm gonna come back after about half an hour and double check it. Actually, it's nearly half an hour now. Sorry, it's nearly half an hour and still holding vacuum. So all I gotta do now is open that valve there, so the coolant will be sucked into the bottle. So the coolant from here will go sucked into the bottle and fill up the hoses, and all the hoses being crushed now will start opening up and full of coolant, and that way it's a good way to eliminate air in the cooling system otherwise you get an airlock and you have an overheating problem. Alright, this is Porsche coolant as well from Porsche. I bought it from Porsche as well, so right now it's about minus 40 degrees, so Porsche recommend minus 37 for their coolant to be mixed. So if you mix it up, mix your coolant up, make sure you have a meter like this, so depending how many balls floating to the top, it actually tells you like minus 7, minus 12, minus 21, all that stuff there. Alright, you can buy this and another expensive, the coolant tester. But this one here is from Porsche as well, the coolant from Porsche, and I'm just going through the whole system like that. So okay, let me press stop now, and then I'll come back and then fill it up and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.